What's up guys, Tyroy521 back again for another LEGO Lord of the Rings MOC showcase for you. This one is going to be on my Bridge of Khazad-dûm and Balrog MOC. It's kind of funny the way that this ended up working out. About a year ago, I ended up just having a burst of inspiration one week. I don't really do MOCs too much anymore, you know, just where I'm at in life and the amount of time it takes to create them and just, you know, finding the time to do it. I don't make a lot of MOCs, but within the span of like a week, I ended up redoing my Treebeard MOC, which you guys saw in my last video, as well as this MOC, the Bridge of Khazad-dûm and my Balrog. And I was very happy with the way that both of them turned out. I think they kind of like revitalized my interest in doing MOCs. I still, again, don't really do a lot these days, but I have done a few here and there. But it just ended up kind of working out funny in the sense that I do these two MOCs, and then only a few months later, LEGO releases their own version of the Balrog. And then, of course, as I pointed out in my last video, the Treebeard MOC was kind of obsolete as well because somebody put out a really great alternate build of the bonsai tree set, which I ended up replacing my Treebeard MOC with because the alternate build in that set was far better than the one that I created. So it's kind of funny. I do two Lord of the Rings MOCs for the first time in 10 years, and both of them are basically rendered obsolete by new releases less than a year later. So that's kind of funny, but it is what it is. I think the models that I'm replacing them with are far better than my own. But regardless, I wanted to do a video on this, kind of like my Treebeard, just as a way of memorializing it, or as a way of documenting it before I scrap it for parts and replace it with the official set, which I've got over here. We'll do a little comparison after I showcase the MOC to you. But if we kind of like look closer into it, my the main inspiration, or the main kind of goal I was trying to go for with this, was to do like a bit of a diorama like display. Not quite to the level of detail that you would see like with the Star Wars ones where it's got the all black border, but just in the sense that I kind of just wanted to capture the scene and not really worry about all the I didn't want to put too much effort into the base and whatnot. I just wanted to do something simple. It was just a little portion of the bridge with the two characters on it. So we'll kind of start at the bottom here. I've just got some black plates, just kind of this part just juts out a little bit so that way it, provides support for the bridge, which sticks out pretty far. We just got a big ugly rock piece just because that was the simplest way to do this. I didn't want to spend a lot of parts on it. You can see I've just got a lot of cheese slopes on there just to kind of make the rock work look decent. Symmetrical plates on either side. And then you can see we've just got a little platform at the end of the bridge right here with some tiles and whatnot, some studs just for like some random rocks on it. If we look at the bridge, I'm really happy with the sloping on the bridge. I think if there's one thing that my MOC does better than the set is I think I captured the slope or the incline and just like just the overall look of the Bridge of Khazad-dûm better. It's kind of being blocked by his whip there, but as you can see, I tried to not go super uniform. Press that down a little bit. Try to not go super uniform with the detailing, or with the pattern. I wanted to make I wanted it to look kind of jagged, like rock work actually looks. I had a lot of these 1x6 slope pieces that really helped me out in building this. I'm not sure where I got all those pieces, but they were just in my spare parts bin. You can see I kind of just threw a few tiles on here just to kind of smooth it out. I try to continue the incline with the plates. We've got a little area for Gandalf to stand up here. This is just the old Lord of the Rings Gandalf figure, not from the new sets. But he's standing on a little jumper plate right there, and he's got his sword. Was it Glamdring, I think it's called? I haven't read the books in a while, so forgive me if that's wrong. And then of course his staff. We've got the Balrog right here. I'll show that up close in a closer up look, just kind of some of the articulation on it, but I'll give you a rundown of it in a sec here while it's on the stand. As you can see, this back part, I just kind of put like some red support bricks in there just to, it's the hidden part of the MOC, so I didn't want to go too detailed with it. So that's just kind of a little support beam in there. If you take a look at the Balrog, I'm really happy with the techniques I used in building this. It's a lot better than the one that I previously had, which you can see in my Middle-earth MOC videos. It was a pretty poor MOC, but it was all right for, I guess, me building it when I was 14. I think I got the proportions a lot better in this. You can see we've got the tail captured in the back there with that Technic piece and these kind of horn-looking pieces. We got the Batman type looking wings for the big wings, and I really like the way those are attached, again with some Technic connections. I had these Hero Factory flame pieces that I decided to layer over the wings. It just ended up working out that way with the way I designed them. So kind of, he's got the wings, but he's also got like some more fire detailing on them. So I really like the way that that looks. And then if we take a look at the face of the guy right here, you can see the face isn't like super detailed. It's not the greatest thing in the world. I think Lego definitely outshine me in that aspect. We've got the fire kind of on the top of his head here, which I think looks pretty nice. It's very scattered and it kind of looks very natural. And we've got his big legs and we've got his very puffed out looking chest. But yeah, I'll take him off the display stand. I'll show him to you up close and then we'll compare this to the official set. So here we have the Balrog detached from the Bridge of Khazad-dûm display, and again, I think he's got a pretty cool look overall. I think, you know, the gray in the legs for the ball joints isn't ideal, but obviously I don't think they have those parts in black. If we just kind of turn him around, the legs look a little weird in the way that I try to capture like the bull-like, you know, the weird bend, the weird articulation that he's got. I don't think it was looks kind of funky from certain angles, but I think it looks all right overall. There's another look at his back. I've just got a couple of dark red bricks just for, I don't know, I think just because I couldn't find some black ones at the time, and I thought, you know, dark red kind of, yeah, it fits the color scheme of this guy. The arms, I didn't use ball joints for the arms because I didn't have any spare ball joint pieces, but they are built with some clips up there, and then some of these ratcheted hinge pieces, and with the tile kind of laid over it like that. There's the little gap, as you can see, in between like the arm and the upper arm and the lower arm, but I think it looks all right. So he's got an open hand right here, and he's got the fire whip on this side, which is just made using the old technique of the old fire piece, being able to connect kind of at the halfway point like that, and then just the end of the whip kind of like hanging off at the end of his hand there. Again, his chest looks a little bit puffed out, maybe a bit too big, but I wanted him to kind of look, you know, really intimidating. So I thought those pieces had like a nice finish to it. The face, again, isn't great, doesn't really capture the Balrog's look super well. Maybe the horns should come more out rather than going down, but I think it looks okay. I didn't really bother redoing it or redesigning it. I kind of always had the intention of redesigning it at some point, but now that there's an official set, you know, that desire is gone since I'm probably gonna end up scrapping this. He's got the two horns on the top, or at the top of the wings. I think that looks pretty nice. And then he's just got a couple of 2x2 circular plates on the bottom of his feet there, where, make sure he doesn't fall over, where if I bring the MOC back in, he stands on the bridge like so. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, overall I think, again, not great, definitely too small, but I think for the scale that I captured this at, and you know, for just being made once again with the parts in my collection, I think this looks pretty darn cool. So that's my my new attempt at a Balrog MOC in 2025, or 2024, I guess is when I built it. And while obviously this looks cool, it definitely pales in comparison next to the Lego version of this set, the official set that they released. The Balrog in this thing is just beautiful. It's everything I've always wanted a Balrog to be. I don't understand why people are complaining about it being downsized. I think it's perfect scale, honestly. Maybe I'm just saying that because mine's like half the size of this guy, but I think just with the wings and those beautiful printed pieces on the face there and the teeth, and I think, you know, just all the detail they put into this thing, even like the use of this piece for the whip, I think it's just an astounding display model. And I mainly bought it for the Balrog, but honestly, having built the whole set, the Book Nook, I think the set itself actually has a lot of merit. I like that they continued the thing that they started in Barad-dûr, where they're using a lot of like dark orange bricks to kind of represent the glow of the fire on the environment. I think that's really cool. I love the techniques they used for the fire on the side here. I think that is super unique. I don't know if I've seen that before, at least not in any sets that I own. I like that you have the customizability, is that a word? I like that you have the ability to customize it and to open it up if you want to display it like that on a shelf, or close it up if you want to use it as a book nook as it's intended. I think the only thing that mine, like I said, excels at over the set is the actual bridge portion. I think I captured the incline of the bridge a lot better than LEGO did, but obviously with the constraints of how they wanted to do this set and the whole idea of turning it into a book nook, they couldn't really go super crazy with the bridge. They kind of just had to make it really low to the ground and not a lot of depth or incline to it. They made it just pretty simple. So the bridge itself, I guess, is kind of a downside to this version, but I think everything else trumps my my mock that I made. But overall, I think this is a really fun comparison to see. And while I am going to kind of miss having that in my collection, I really think the new set is going to look a lot nicer on my display. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of the mock. If there's anything else you want to see me make. Again, I don't really do mocks anymore. I'm not really taking requests, but if you drop any ideas of anything you might want to see me make, anything Lord of the Rings related that we haven't gotten in an official set, I might consider it and add it to my collection. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one whenever that shall be uploaded. Thanks.